Yes. So just being free. So just thought of doing this session. I like the video. Let go of the tour. Thank you. So this is the thing that people let go of the action. They don't let go of the doer. That is the main thing. But we need to let go of the doer rather than actions. We need to continue doing our actions, but realize that we are not doing it. Hmm. We cannot stop acting in this world. Not possible. Correct. It's quite difficult though. Namaste, namaste. Difficult because ego loses its pleasure. If you lose the doer, okay, if you let go of the doer, ego is not concerned now. If I'm not doing anything, why should I do? Okay, but even not doing anything is also an action. Inaction is also an action. Okay, so if I'm just sitting idle, that is also an action. Sitting idle is sitting is an action. Right. Let me know if there are any questions. Mm, good evening. Let us know your views on tarot. How much astrologically aligned is tarot? As I said in earlier session, they all are aligned with each other. Knowledge is fine. Every knowledge is good. Okay. Every knowledge works, either astrology, numerology, tarot, palmistry, and other things related with occult science. They all work, but you need to find the right person for that. Okay, you need to find the right person who is practicing it. Knowledge is fine. Okay, the practitioner can be wrong. Okay, astrology is fine. Astrologer can be wrong. Okay, so everything works. You need to find the right person. What do you think of Navtara Nakshatra system? I don't know anything about it, so I don't think about it. Okay. What is Navtara Nakshatra system? I have to like search for it. Hmm. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Geet ji. Hmm. How Venus affects Cancer ascendant people if it is situated in 8th house. And also Venus is also Amatta Karaka. So how can it help to Cancer ascendant people? Thank you for these sessions. You're welcome. Venus will be in good dignity. Okay. And although it is in 8th house, but it is in good dignity. Aquarius sign. Friendly sign. Venus is also like Kendra Lord and 11th Lord, 4th and 11th house Lord. So it is again like showing some benefits, showing some like strength, being the Kendra Lord and the 11th of gains. But at the same time, it is in 8th house. 8th house is the house of instabilities. So it shows that person is gaining in this Venus time period, but through instabilities. Okay, if the person goes through Venus Dasha, Antardasha, he will have some instabilities, but eventually he will gain out of it, gain out of those instabilities. This is the first. Then, like career wise, if it is a Amatyakarka planet, so like I have to see the whole chart. I cannot just decide someone's career because of one information. That is dependent on lot of other things. So this is detailed discussion. But Venus in 8th house Aquarius can still give money through business and business benefits, serving other people, any kind of service. Now it depends on the what the whole chart says. Should we consider different nakshatras in different divisional charts, or the nakshatras from D1 has to be taken? In this Jagannath Hora software, you can find nakshatras of divisional chart, planetary positions also. So it depends upon you. If you want to take them, take them. My approach is all like my approach is all like first D1 chart. Okay, I exhaust myself in D1 chart, then I go into D9, D10. So for me, it is not that important. But if your approach is more D9 or D10 based, you can consider that. Navtara Chakratara, meaning auspiciousness of nakshatra seen from moon nakshatra. Yeah, it is detailed concept. I have written article on it. So you just check that article. I think you will get concept of Tarabala. Okay, it is like that, or the concept of Navtara. Just check on website. I have written about it. Hi, Lisha, madam. How are you? Any remedies for Ketu Moon in Gemini? Remedies for Ketu Moon in Gemini. Ketu is isolation, mind, emotions. Okay, anything to do with moon, meditation is the remedy. Okay, get into meditation, get into any kind of spiritual pursuit, or get into any kind of research oriented pursuit. That may also help you in your this Ketu moon position. Anything to do with moon, any malefic aspect, malefic conjunction, any malefic yoga related with moon, or in general also meditation is always helpful. Okay, so anyone asking for any remedy, meditation is the way. Okay, so that is the thing. So get into meditation or any other research oriented activity. If you are interested in any research oriented activity, that can also help you. What is the remedy for sun? As I said, any desire of any remedy is like meditation. Hmm, just a sec. Right. So sun also meditation always works. So meditation will also work. But sun is authority recognition, and sun's issues are mainly ego issues. Okay. When sun is in not in good position and all, then it is more like ego issues. Person gets into more ego issues. So letting go of ego can help in relation with sun. Plus, if person becomes his own authority rather than working under other authority, that is also helpful. Okay. If dasha is activated, then it activates the planets that are in the nakshatra ruled by mahadasha planet. Right. Like if I am under Saturn dasha and my Jupiter is in Pushya nakshatra, this will activate my Jupiter in Pushya nakshatra also, because Pushya is ruled by Saturn. And some say that graha yuddham happens within 5 degree only, but some says if planet reaches the highest degree in the sign. What is your take? For me, hierarchy among the planets is that the moon is the at the lowest hierarchy. Moon gets impacted by everyone else. It doesn't impact anyone, any planet. Then Mercury, then Venus. Mercury impacts moon but gets impacted. Venus impacts Mercury and moon but gets impacted by others. Then this Sun, Mars, Jupiter, they impact each other. They impact Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, but they get impacted by Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn. In the end, like Rahu, Ketu impact everyone except Saturn. Saturn impacts everyone and doesn't get impacted by anyone. So Saturn is at the highest of the hierarchy. So this is what I feel. I don't go into like degree thing. Like if Saturn Moon conjunction is there, obviously Saturn is going to impact Moon rather than Moon being a gentle planet impacting Saturn. Okay. So and this is what, no matter what degrees they are, this is what I feel. Everything is in addition in astrology. So Graha Yuddham is also giving the result, and whomsoever is at higher level in this hierarchy, that is also giving the result. Uh, what is your take on Prashna Kundali? Again, all these articles are written. Okay, speaking about them all of a sudden in these sessions will be difficult. So just search for Prashna and Astro Saxena, you will get it. Why Scorpio have late marriage, and what is their potentiality in spirituality such as meditation? Uh, it depends on late marriage depends on different charts. Late relationship again. Okay, I'm not talking about the marriage kind of thing. Relationship. So this their relationship can be like everything else in their life. Their relationship can also be unstable. So that is the thing. But that instability, if they take it positive, then it can make them spiritual. Like if I take my instability in my life positively, uh, and I learn from that instability, okay, fine, it gives me an indication that I'm not running the show, someone else is running the show. So that is enough to make me spiritual. Okay. It depends on the person whether they take it positively or negative. Thank you for coming live. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. You will be pleased very much if you come alive. I come live every day. I'm always pleased. We will be pleased. Okay. Be pleased. You can be pleased at many other things also. No need. Okay. Right. Hi, Priya. Thank you. You're welcome, Muskan. You're welcome, Nora. Right. Uh, what if eighth Lord Jupiter is in 12th house, has the highest Ashtavarga point, Jupiter Dasha? Any sudden event can make them spiritual. Okay. And because of any sudden event, sudden change in their life, they can go into spirituality, or they can move into foreign lands, can make them spiritual, can bring circumstances of spirituality. Whether they take it on a spiritual way or not is still there free. Jupiter is ninth lord, combust in third house for Aries ascendant. Okay, what are the effects? Knowledge, no, business can be related with knowledge, guidance, and counseling. Combust means ego issues with teachers, guides, and gurus. But as they grow up, they can handle these ego issues in a better way. Ketu in the fourth house chart means what is better, either buying vehicle in own name. Uh, as I said before, also Ketu in the fourth house person should avoid all these things as far as possible. Buying property in their own name, or buying vehicle in their own name. As far as it is possible, they should buy in other person's name. In If at all there is a situation they cannot buy in someone else's name, at least buy in joint name. Okay, and keep their name as second. Karak Bhav Nasha, as long as dignity is good of planets, okay, even if it is like planet is sitting in this house where which it is Karaka of, like Jupiter in second house, but if it is in Sagittarius, it is still a good position. If it is in Capricorn, then it is not so good position. So at the end of the day, dignity matters. What about Sun in the first house for Sagittarius ascendant, while Rahu in ninth house aspecting this Sun? Person gains authority recognition through working for self. Sun in first house Sagittarius, working for self. And when they serve people through their knowledge and higher education, Rahu in the ninth house also shows that person has taken birth to gain higher education and knowledge. So this is one. The more they share the knowledge, the more better they will get it. Better they will prosper in their life. Okay. What about Sun in if Ketu in the fourth house birth chart means what is better for a person? I covered it, I guess. Okay. Right. Hmm. Moon in 11th house is aspected by both Jupiter ninth aspect and Saturn third aspect. Saturn's aspect will have a higher say. Moon in 11th house and Saturn aspecting mind can be feeling lots of stress. Mind may be feeling lots of stress and frustration. So again, meditation can be helpful for the person. Okay. Moon is such a gentle planet that it gets impacted by almost every other planet. Even if Mercury's conjunction is not very good for Moon, because Moon and Mercury are enemies to each other. This is where they can get into like problematic situations. Like for panic attacks or so fickle mindedness, Moon Mercury conjunction. So Moon, what I am trying to say, Moon can be impacted by every planet. Okay. Mars with Venus in first house and Moon in the seventh house in Kark. This is difficult for relationship matter because Mars is debilitated. Lots of dominance and control in relationship, but at the same time, mind seeks relationship. Moon is in the seventh house. What is your view on debilitated Jupiter 4 Cancer basic in Navamsha? And during that dasha, serving gurus can help that person, I must say. And this your way of aspiration is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, like Jupiter is debilitated, then obviously more they share the knowledge. The best thing I have realized with Jupiter, as I am also under Jupiter dasha. Jupiter is guru. So in Jupiter Dasha, you are supposed to become a guru. You are supposed to become a teacher, a guide, or a counselor. So if you are getting into that type of activity of counseling people, guiding people, then it doesn't matter whether Jupiter is debilitated or exalted. You are doing something related to Jupiter. You will get good results. Which house and which planet indicates workers under our authorities? Sixth house. Sixth house is the house of hiring people, servants, and all. And that's not awesome. That's awesome. Uh, Pranam Guru. Pranam Sharmita. What about Moon in sixth house in Taurus and Mars aspecting it from 11th house? Moon in sixth house. It is again like mind. Moon is exalted, so eventually the person will show a stable mind, balanced mind, but mind still feels that I have to face more obstacles in my way. Okay, and Mars eighth aspect shows like instability coming to the mind, lots of ups and downs coming to mind. Jai Shri Krishna, madam. When sits with a planet, what does it mean? Like Sun and Jupiter, Sun and Venus, healing, etc. What is your opinion? Sun is your authority. If a planet is sitting with Sun, that shows that that planet can bring you authority. So Sun with Jupiter means that knowledge and guidance and counseling can bring authority. Venus means service, creativity, and these things can bring authority. Sun Moon conjunction, like this nourishment and taking care of people can bring authority. So those planet related activities which are conjunct with Sun can bring you authority. Then why is it sad that Jupiter debilitated gives more wealth than exalted Jupiter? Because Jupiter debilitated also means that person can have low morals. Okay, person can be weak on morals. They may not have much values. From where I am making money? Okay, that kind of thing. So they can even get into cheating, fraud, deceiving people, and all. And obviously, if you are open to these things, obviously you are going to make more money. Why is it sad that debilitated Jupiter gives rights? And this is done. What should a person do regarding debilitated Saturn in seventh house uh, of Aries with Jupiter? Don't get into a relationship till, let's say, 40 years of age. Relationships are not for this person. Don't get into partnerships also. Work really hard. Okay. Then only like you will get better results. Jupiter with Sun in the sixth house in Vrishab Lagna, Jupiter Mahadasha. Person can be very much about like sixth house related matters. This litigation or law related career or healing, healthcare related career, even a financial nature, or they can be like very much in love with service of underprivileged people, or this animals and all, PETA activists and all. So that can be seen. Again, the more knowledge they share about in Jupiter Dasha about sixth house, the better they will get. Okay. About sixth house or eighth house with Jupiter rules and ninth house with Jupiter rules. Thank you for answering our questions. I don't know what to say after watching today's awareness hour video. Initially, I used to feel proud when I asked contradictory question, but today I am speechless. Yo, gotcha. Good for you. Uh, Good evening, sir. Just one request. Anytime, try explaining what gives ultra leverage obsessive. Uh, what's astrology behind? I will try to write about it. I don't know much about his chart. I will see. Mercury and Ketu conjunction in fourth house in Pushya Nakshatra. Does it give bad results for buying? buying houses or lack of mother. Mother's love can be like a person may feel lack of nourishment from mother. Um, as I said, as far as possible, don't buy in your name. The person should not buy in their own name. They can buy in some other person name or a joint property kind of. Just thanking sir, the it's not enough. Oh, you have to take them as your inspiration. You have to be astrologer to conduct. Thank you. Saturn transit in 8th house Aquarius. Also, first Saturn return effect on finance. Work proactively in matters of finance. Like proactively means from now onwards, as Saturn enters into Aquarius, it aspects your second house of wealth. Be very careful about where you spend money, where you don't spend money. If you can postpone some investment, some expense and all, fine, postpone it. Okay. Prioritize your expenses. This expense is necessary, I should do it. This is not so necessary, I should avoid it. So from now onwards, you have to be proactive in money matters. Otherwise, it can bring losses and lack of resources also if you are not proactive. With Saturn, proactiveness is necessary. What can be done when 12th Lord Mercury Dasha is going on while Mercury is in 4th house Capricorn for Libra ascendant? Mercury is also ninth Lord. So ninth lord and 12th lord is in the fourth house. Again, like a person can travel a lot in foreign lands. They can be in any kind of import export kind of business. They can be in authorship, writing, and all. So that is also a possibility. The more the person gets involved into his own business, better he can get into. Okay. My friend has Capricorn ascendant with Jupiter, Venus, Mercury in ascendant. She looks very strict. How is she for me? I am Leo ascendant. It is 6-8 relationship. You are Leo. She is activating your sixth house. You are activating her eighth house. It will be unstable friendship between both of you. Can we check Ayurvedic Prakriti of a man through horoscope? Yeah, we can check, but I'm not good at it. Mm, uh, like yeah, you can check a website miraom.com. Miraom. Okay, miraom.com. Like Miraji is good at these kind of works. Also, like she has page on Facebook and all, that can help. For Taurus ascendant, okay, right. If Mars is in first house aspecting Saturn in seventh house of his own sign, thus creating Neech Bhangraj Yoga, means also the person should not get, yes, at least till 40 years of age. Okay, all these yogas help you in professional life. No yoga helps you in personal life. Only three yogas help in personal life. This one is not helping in personal life. Okay. So even in 40, it is not going to be like great and all that. Okay. Even then, he will feel the pinch. He may have a little bit of maturity to deal with it. In early life, they may lack maturity also. Okay. So it is fire. It is that type of situation. For Taurus ascendant, first Lord Venus conjunct fifth Lord Mercury in third house. Okay, what will happen? Mercury, Venus. Yeah, great things will happen if this person is doing something related with third house Cancer. If he is not into business and all, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so it is always the case with the shahs and people and all. Whatever houses, whatever planets are getting activated, do something related with that house, that planet, that sign. If you do it, better result. If you are not doing it, frustration. It's that Saturn shows the deeds you have to correct where Saturn sits. So if Saturn is in Cancer, making seventh house, one has to work on mother relationship as Cancer is. Yeah, we can say, or if they need to learn to work on like emotionally nourishing people, taking care of people. Anyhow, so that is also going to help them in their like relationship matters. Okay, so in their Saturn in Cancer, it is like the person has like emotional issues in life, they should work on that. So Saturn in Cancer can bring this type of result. So yeah, towards their partner also they can be nourishing and all that may help, the person. Then what metals do different people planets like is gold represented by Sun and Jupiter, right? Again, these theoretical things you can find on any website and all. So so that is Sun and Jupiter represent gold, Moon represents silver, and all that. You can find them on any website. You need not to ask a specific question for that. Okay. Uh, so that is the thing. Uh, uh, then, right. You're welcome. Namaste, sir. What is the difference between planet being a Rashi Vargottama and Bhava Vargottama? Rashi Vargottama is always given. Uh, Rashi Vargottama is always given more significance. Mm. Rashi Vargottama is always given more significance, more weightage rather than Bhav Vargottama. So I will prefer Rashi Vargottama than Bhav Vargottama. In D9, Sun, Rahu, Mars in seventh house. In D9, Sun, Rahu, Mars in seventh house, Taurus, and Venus, Mercury in 10th house in Leo. The Sun, Venus exchanging house. What does this placement give? Uh, what does this placement give late marriage? And D9 has nothing to do with marriage. Don't worry about it. As a resident of seventh house of relationship, Jupiter doesn't minimize Saturn's. No, Saturn has the highest impact. My cousin is Cancer ascendant and Saturn in Pushya Nakshatra, Mars Aslesha. She started business in Greek. Is it okay? I have to see the whole chart. I cannot decide. It is milk product, so with this much information, we can say okay. But I have to see the overall chart. For career matters, I cannot decide like this. Taurus ascendant Mars in third house Cancer sign bad for relationship, right? And Mars represents brothers or male relatives, male friends also. So Mars in Cancer can be difficult position. I was haven't I wasn't aware that you have hired a spokesperson for YouTube chat. Right? Everyone is becoming my spokesperson, right? So uh, what to do if one is too weak to follow the life path? Meditation. It brings awareness. Uh, are conjunction also considered to be Vargottama? Uh, Conjunction, if they are in same signs in the different divisional charts, then we can consider them as Vargottama. But the results will be like that only. And like whatever results the person is facing in the initial part of life, they are facing in later part of life. Planet Vargottama gives which impact? As I was saying, like Vargottama means the planet gives similar results in both parts of life, initial and later. Similar means whatever is the result. If I am getting bad result of a planet, and that planet is Vargottama, if I am getting bad results in initial life, I will continue to get bad results in later life. So similar means that identical. Okay, so that this is the thing. So we understand Vargottama, then always good and all that. Okay. uh, so nothing like that, but like it is about getting similar results. Similarly good or similarly bad. Which planetary position gives lots of vehicles, like Jupiter in fourth house, the fourth lord in the ninth house, Rahu Jupiter in fourth house. Also, if they are in good dignity, okay, that can help. Then D1 and D9 Lord Sun Venus sits in the 10th house of Taurus. Is it Sannyas Yoga? Sannyas Yoga is different combinations are for that. But again, we cannot say that person is not going to marry. Society will push you into marriage. Hi Jia, how are you? In D24 chart, Jupiter, Aries, Ascendant, Jupiter in 10,000 are bad for higher education. Why you need to go for D24 and all that? These things can be seen in D1 chart itself. Okay, no need to go into D24 and look at their position. D1 is enough. D1 ninth house Jupiter placement is enough. Okay. Yes, sir. I have bad planetary position Vargottama. Similarly, bad whole life. I am sorry to hear this. Apart from D1 and D9 charts, which chart is next top of priority? For me, D1 is enough. Okay, no need for any priority. I can do the whole consultation on the basis of D1 on. What shows late success, early success in career and wealth? Just uh, just check the site. There are articles written on the in the same title also. Early success versus late success. Like the more planets are there in Opache houses, the more Saturn is involved in someone's chart, the more they have to like strive hard for success. Sunil ji, I am not looking at specific charts. If you have any, if any conceptual questions, you can ask. I'm sorry, sir, I don't have more questions for you today. I'm still wordless. Thank you again for conducting these sessions. Great. Wordless. Don't worry. Mind is, as I said, mind is factory of words and doubts and all. It will bring another doubt. You will think over it and you will come with next doubt and next question. As Osho says that mind doesn't believe in population control. One thought after other thought, one thought after other thought. Mind is always giving birth to new thoughts. Mind doesn't believe in population control. Okay, so don't worry about it. This mm, Leo ascendant moon and Ketu in the 12th house, running Mercury Dasha. Mercury in 9th house Aries, your assessment, sir. Get uh, get into foreign lands. That will be better for you. Also get into any spiritual activity, meditation and all. So that will be better for you. And get into any work of this mercurial nature, or guiding, counseling people, sharing your knowledge. That will be good for you. And now I am nearly 23 years of age. If I didn't get married until 40 years of age, that demand will decrease. If demand decreases, supply also decreases. Don't worry. Demand and supply are all the same. Okay. Can you talk something on Osho birth chart if you don't mind? I have written 2, 3 articles on Osho birth chart. It has like 5 planets in the 8th house. So one thing with this person, we can directly say that you cannot decode this person. He is mystical. Whatever he is doing, you cannot know the reality. Okay. He can be so secretive. He can be so mystical with his approach. So that is one thing we can say directly. Plus, Jupiter was in Pisces. Rahu was in Pisces. Jupiter was in Cancer. So this also shows like a person is more into spiritual side of life, but mystical is spiritual. He was mystic. Okay, understand this, and this main thing that he was more into mystical things rather than spiritual or religious. He was a great philosopher. He is a great philosopher, but like this thing like this it was from mystical side. Understand what I'm trying to say? So if you ask something to Osho, he will respond in a way which will test your intentions behind that question. Okay, so he was never responding directly. That okay, this is your question, this is answer. He is responding in a way so that he can test you, so that he can work for your development in future. So this was the main thing about, he was always testing you. He is always testing his disciple. He Why I'm again and again coming to is that he said that never refer him as a past tense. Okay, so he is still here. So he is always testing you in everything. So that is the main thing about his chart. Also complete mystical person. You cannot understand this person logically. True. In fifth house, Mars and Sun. That is Scorpio. Good for any research-oriented career if this person is interested in. Cancer ascendant, fifth house, Scorpio, Sun and Mars. I have Saturn in ninth house. I was struggling in my master's degree since 8 years ago. Saturn is also Vargotama. And now I started working really hard. Thank you. Uh, what is the result of combust Mars in fourth house, Saturn in Scorpio in the seventh house, mutually aspecting each other? Mars is Ghatni Karaka. Is it good than that Mars is weak? Planet should be strong always. Okay. Saturn it is difficult for relationship life. Person can do better in business and all, but relationship life troublesome. But as you asked if it is good to have Mars weak, nothing. Planet should always be strong. क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं क्या? सब पूछ रहे हैं, आप भी पूछिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Planet has enmity with its own nakshatra lord. How to judge its result, like sun and Subbhesha? Dignity is always seen from the sign based. It is not nakshatra based dignity. It is sign based dignity. What's your reason to be still bachelor? It is my personal life. Who are you to ask? Okay. This is the trouble with Indian society. Everyone can ask anything about anyone else. Yeah. And nothing is personal for the person, right? If you want to share about your personal life, doesn't mean that other person also wants to share. Who are you to ask this thing? Why I'm a bachelor or I didn't marry? Who are you, first of all? Okay. I think even Amitabh Bachchan have 4 or 5 planets in the eighth house. Right. He has 4 planets in the eighth house. मेरा नाम सुतप दास है. मैं कब प्रेगनेंसी कंसीव कर सकता हूँ? This is not a conceptual question. As I said, I'm just responding to conceptual questions. So if you have any conceptual question, you can ask. This is a prediction which requires time, so I may not be able to help you in this session. Okay. Uh, so this is the thing that consultation predictions they require a lot of time. So it is fine that if you take a proper consultation, then better. Native is a teacher of dance and an ardent follower of mystic masters. Does it mean he will not be a family man in future? I don't know why we are so obsessed with family life and all. We are seeing divorces happening day in and day out in the this like society. Recently a person is asking for divorce within 10 days of his marriage. Okay, within 10 days he wants to have divorce. So why we are so obsessed about family life? Okay, if someone and it is personal matter of the person. As I always say, don't be bothered. Bothered about your life only. Don't be bothered about other person's life, what they will be in future and all that. Okay. And you can tell astrological reason behind your bachelor status. Sorry for anything gone personal. There are articles written on different website why a person doesn't get married. You can check those articles. I have nothing to add. Okay. But this is something which Indian society needs to learn. Okay, that what questions they can ask to someone and what the question they must not ask someone. And there is a limitation for everything. Okay, great. Thank you for joining. Insight on 10th Lord Moon in 12th house for Virgo. Of Virgo in birth chart, whereas Venus and Rahu is sitting in the 10th. I think we covered this question quite a few times from you. I don't like repeating things, so just check earlier sessions and don't waste time unnecessarily. Okay.